Hello, hello, welcome. If you're just joining me, I just got on here and I'm still doing some technical stuff. So hopefully I can get that all figured out. If not, I'll go ahead with the reading, but we'll just do it uh, however it works. But hello, my name is Jennifer Rose and I'm here to do a No Kings Tarot spread, a 5-card reading. And let's see here. I'm going to see if I can enter the studio with my other phone so I can get the cards up here. Let's see. It looks like it's working. Thank you for your patience. This has been a little different. But anyway. All right. It looks like everything is up and going. So, yes. All right. This is wonderful. Okay. Now I've got to figure out where I would like to put my cards that I draw. Thank you. Nobody's actually here watching me, so I'm glad that I have this opportunity to kind of get situated here. But I am going to start a 5-card No Kings Tarot card reading. My name is Jennifer Rose, and I'm with Rose Tarot and Astrology. And today I normally do some Pride Tarot card readings, but today is the No Kings protests all over America, which I'd love to see, and I appreciate everybody who's able to get out there physically to do that. I'm here in spirit with you, and I'm here to talk about some 5 cards that will give us an idea of maybe what to expect. And I'm going to try and figure out where it is that I want to draw these cards from. So it's going to be really interesting to see. I'm going to play around with this for a minute and see if I can turn my camera around. And if I can, then that will be ideal. Oh, wonderful. Okay, wonderful. Thank you for hanging out with me while I figure out my camera and how that works, if it will work. All right, here I am. I'm back. Okay, so I've got a 5-card tarot card reading here, and I'm just going to ask some questions of my. Sorry, everything is just kind of going haywire out here. I'm going to ask some questions of my Deviant Moon Tarot deck. And I love these Deviant Moon Tarot decks because I feel like I operate in a gray area. Like I can always see both sides to everything. And this Deviant Moon Tarot card deck, it shows the dark and light of everything. And I wish that I had a little bit better light here. Let me see if I can get that better. Yes. All right. I'll make sure you can see that just a little bit better here in a second, but I am live and I'm outside on my back porch, so that's pretty exciting. So anyway, just going to take a deep breath here. It's taken me a minute to get this going, and as the sun moves and the wind blows out here for me to do this No Kings Tarot reading, I'm just going to take a minute to shuffle my Deviant Moon Tarot card deck, and then we'll get going. The first question that I'm going to ask the cards is, me right now. And I probably will switch cameras for this, okay? And hey, I live by an airport, so we get to hear the airplanes going by, and I think that's pretty wonderful as well. So, let's see. Do I want to do this camera? Y'alls. Okay. I'm going to turn off my camera, and I'm going to put the camera just on the cards for this reading, all right? That way we won't have all sorts of different wild things happening out here. Like, oh, hey, you can see me in the reflection of, oh gosh, what am I doing here? I just need to get myself set up so I can just show you the cards instead of my mug. All right. Let me see here. Okay, so the very first card that we're going to be talking about is me right now. Seems I lost connection somewhere. Hello, hello. Are you there? Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and do this that way here. This is going to be my easiest way to do this tarot card reading for you. And hopefully, if you got booted off, you're coming back home. All right, let's see here. Ooh, I should light some incense in that, huh? All right. So thank you for joining me in my backyard. This is the best way that I know how to fight against no kings. This is a no kings tarot card reading. And as I said, I'm here by an airport. So thank you so much for being forgiving. And I am outside of Kansas City, Missouri, in a town called Lee Summit, Missouri. It's a great neighborhood, lots of kids. We're in a small, quaint little neighborhood here, and we are also really close to the airport. So the first card is me right now. Oh, and again, this is my Deviant Moon Tarot card deck, and I drew the Chariot card. Let me just show you this up close a little bit here. Let's see. I need to change yet another. Okay, let's see if that's better. Yes. All right. So, me right now is the Chariot, and you can see this Chariot. This Chariot has really been through some stuff, y'all. Okay, and this kind of tells me that as far as I'm concerned, it's kind of like I'm doing my best to just kind of keep it in between the lines. You know, I've got this big wheel, I've got the small wheel, and if you can see it, there's all sorts of cracks in the road. Okay. Trying not to fall in those cracks. And for me, not falling in the cracks means, um, it means not going back to old ways or old remedies that I've known and that are familiar to me right now. Okay. To me, it's not rolling backwards, but rolling forwards. All right. There's momentum. Like I don't have everything under control. Okay. It's kind of hard to control a small wheel and a big wheel back here sometimes. Okay. And although it may look like, everything is under control, there are still some cracks underneath those wheels. Okay. So, I would have to say for me that I've been through much worse, and I can see the steam coming out from the stacks here. So, holding on to some old things, being angry, really wanting to try to push forward of your might, regardless of the cracks and the seams, and regardless of the systems that are back here that are, just showing you why it is that you need to go forward, reminding you what it is that you need to go forward. Okay. Life's a bumpy ride, y'all, and that is to me a really, really bumpy street. And it I'm moving forward personally. It's not always in a straight line, and maybe I'm not always fully in control, but I'm holding on. And I hope that that's how you're feeling too, right? Like there's so much of this that we can control and so much of it that we can't. And, a lot of us are doing boycotts in whatever way, uh, and showing up for protests. And here I am doing a tarot card reading, so I'm not in control of what happens. I'm not in control of laws and things, but I am in control of myself, and that's the only thing that I can control. And I'm just kind of holding on and still going forward. We still got to push forward. Those wheels still have to keep moving. Okay, we can't stop. If you're feeling the same way, what I just tell myself is, look, when I'm wandering, I'm not lost. Like I can always make a U-turn. Uh, Me in real life, I get lost. Even if the directions are telling me to go away, I'll still follow my intuition. And sometimes I just go in a lovely circle and I see something that I had never seen before. And sometimes I have to do a U-turn and it's all crazy and cranky. So, it's just about going with the punches, going with the cracks, reminding ourselves that not everything's perfect, and just hold on, keep your grip. I tell you what, keep your grip is a tough one for me. My hands surely are tired. Our hands are tired from being raised up and holding signs and painting and doing markers. And, me right now is just ready to move forward and get the show on the road. And I think that's what's happening today with all the protests. And I think this energy is going to continue to just roll through. Okay. So there is card number 1 for the No Kings. That's me right now. All right. The second card that I'm going to talk about is the second question that I'm going to ask the cards right now is, what is my power source? Where do we gain our power from? Where do we gain our power from? And again, I'm using Deviant Moon Tarot cards here. Shuffling, shuffling, shuffling. Where do you think your most power is? Like, what is your power source? Do you know what your power source is? Do you know what your support is? Do you know what you have to lend to the forward motion of making sure that there are no kings in America? Do you have a place there? Let's see. All right. So we've got the Knight of Cups. And it's funny. Let me just hold this here for a minute. The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is someone who, for me, is about love. So in a love reading, the Knight of Cups is a lover boy coming in. Okay, and the power comes from those deep waters that are inside here. Like the cups are water signs. So if you're water sign, well, even further, like, so my power source. Okay, if you have a water sign in your life, especially if they are a direct partner, as in like a love partner, somebody that you talk to every day, someone who's near and dear and close to you, that would be your power source. Bonus, if they are a water sign, then one is really not going to work for me today. Bonus, if they are a water sign, water signs are Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. So if that person if you have water signs in your life, if you are a water sign, maybe it is that you draw your power. You are the source of your own power, first of all. Like, let's just get that straight, okay? And I think a lot of us right now are trying to forgive ourselves and make good with, you see that moon in the background. We're trying to make good with, the things that we've done in our time, and forgiven ourselves for the stuff that we've done to ourselves, to other people, the things that we haven't really taken care of. Okay. And your power is owning that. Your power is still going through that and using your intuition, still being emotional enough to offer yourself up. The offering of that cup is about, I see you, I feel you, I hear you, I understand parts of you, I understand parts of your life, I understand these emotions that you're feeling. I get it, I get it. And so your support person, your power source is going to come from someone who gets you, someone who does, think the same ways that you do. And I also want to say, like, I am a black and white person. I'm a gray person, okay, and the black and white of everything. And I just want to say, like, I just lost it here for a second, but I'll get back to it. So, these are deep waters, and it's really about knowing how to sit with those deep emotions, okay? Someone told me that I was too emotional, and, I kind of understand what they're saying. And but I don't feel like I can be too emotional. I don't feel like people can be too emotional. If you are someone who feels like that someone is too emotional, I'd ask you to think about your own capacity to show your own emotions, because someone showing their emotions is just, par for the course. And a lot of people think that just because somebody is showing that they're crying or something, that they're overreacting, and that's absolutely not the case. But your support is just being in control of your emotions, knowing how to deal with your intuition, knowing that, you have the wisdom, compassion, uh, and you know how to stay grounded even when the storm hits. Okay. That storm can come from outside of you. It can come from inside of you, as we're all just kind of healing. But to me, this is a toast. Psh, this is a toast to yourself, and a reminder to keep going, and to show yourself love. Most importantly, to show yourself love. And that's your power source, is your love. Your power source is a water sign in your life that you trust in, that, thinks the same way that you do, or, can relate to you in the same ways that you relate. The next question is, what's time to cut loose? What is it? What do we need to cut loose of? All right. In order to, get this ball rolling. We've got the chariot, we've got it going, we've got our power source, we've got our support. We have our evidence. We've done our fact checking. We have our evidence. Things are right in front of us. There's no explanation for why it is that we are not accepting kings in our country, why we're not accepting, oligarchs in America. That's just not going to happen. Oh, y'all, I just forgot that I have a chat down here and not able to that. But if you just join me, please call card 3, time to cut loose. What are we cutting loose here for our no kings? Ooh, all right. Again, these are my Deviant Moon cards by Patrick Valenza. And I drew the 3. What do you need to cut loose? What do you need to cut loose? You need well, this is, give me just one second. I just need to take a minute. I just need to take a minute and breathe. This card shows me you've been watching and waiting and planning, and maybe even just like putting things off until the exact right time. Like I'm very detail oriented. It's my Venus and Virgo. And hello, plane. Welcome home. Hope you had a nice trip. I live by an airport, and I always say hi. So, but this card is saying, like, and in this time where there are no kings in America, where we're saying we don't want any kings, like, this is the right time. The time is now. Other time for you to for it to be right. Okay. You're seeing, you've planned it, you've been, making plans. There's something else I want to say about this, and let's just see if the energy catches up with me here. But I think something also that this card says to me is letting go of, stop playing it safe. Stop thinking that you always have to have a plan in order to go forward, because you see what's going on there, right? You see it. And the moon is illuminating that. So I love this card about what happened the other night. I don't know that many people get to watch this happen in their backyard, but I got to the other night with Mom Owl and 2 or 3 of her owlets. I'm not sure how old. They were sitting on top of a street sign that was illuminated by the only street light that's down on the corner. And they would go and they would hunt in the grass. Like, I saw one with their wings up, just walking. And what was great about that is that, like, you see these little owls, but what you see above is just like this gigantic shadow. The gigantic shadow of Mom, like, while I'm saying that, here's a friendly bee. So anyway, that's what that reminds me. 3, plants here that you're looking at. What's time to cut loose? It's time to cut loose of that planning now. It's time to just get going, like that chariot card said in the very beginning. It's time to get going. It's time to do whatever it is that you need to do. It's time to stop standing by and watching and start participating. And I know there are a lot of us that don't know what it is that we can lend to, the movement, but we all have something that we can, even if all you can do is just share on social media or blog about it, write about it, talk to your friends, neighbors about it. Talk about how we do not have kings in the United States of America, that will not stand, that this is not what we are about. Okay. So let go of playing it safe. Stop watching things. Stop trying to plan the right moment, and know that you just need to push off and go. Like, cut that umbilical cord. Look at that umbilical cord. Woo, that really does make me think of the owls. And the owls, I have to talk about that some other time, because they are so prevalent here in our backyard, and very magical beings, like very magical animals. So, all right, card number 4. I guess it's a little bit still the same. I'm asking, who are my people? Like, the support card came up, like the same thing. It's really talking about people. So your support came to me as far as like a water sign: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. If you have that water in your life, that's your support. So support, partially. So who are my people? Who are my support? Who are the real ones? The hanged man. The real ones are the ones who are pushing you. They aren't pushing you to do something that you don't want to do. I feel like I was in people in that last there to like go, but the three don't, but don't just plan it, right? Here, like grow, grow, grow. And the people who are your support, your people, your support are the ones who stick around when maybe it is that you're not feeling your best, like when your life is upside down, when you feel turned upside down emotionally, spiritually, however that feels, when you're grieving, when you're experiencing loss, whoever it is that's there with you, who will help turn you right side up, or who will, blot your lips for you when you're upside down, who will feed you, who will watch that you don't fall, who will make sure that even if you're of your own making, like maybe it is, you know, whatever it is, that person, your support is the one who's there. That person is the one who's going to cut you down. And I see that watch right there. And really it's about, like they'll give you your time too. Like they'll give you some respect about that time, but they're also going to be like, okay, you've had enough time. It's time to go. That Three of Wands is like, you've planned enough. And I can hearken this to my current day life. Like I'm really trying to make a new routine, a new plan for myself, a new daily routine for myself. And I really need somebody to be like, hey, haven't you been planning this for a while? It's time for you to get with it. And I think the reason why I don't do it is I think I'm going to screw it up, or there's some right or wrong way to do it. And please, please know that there's no right or wrong way to do things. Your support person is also someone who's just not going to fix you. They're going to witness, they're going to hold space. I love a friend or a support person who will witness. That is somebody that if they see you protesting and somebody hauls off and knock you in the face, so the first one at the prosecutor's door saying, hey, I saw that person get that thing happen and I'm here to testify to it, So your support, your people, they're the people who witness. They bring snacks, they hold space, they give you water, they make you take care of yourself, they make sure that you get rest. All right. Sometimes the people in your life may not look supportive. They may feel like they're being interruptive, but that might just be the mind space that you're in. You're just like hanging upside down here trying to figure it all out. And I promise you'll figure it all out. You've got the support there. You've got the networks there. And if this king stuff is, affecting you like it is affecting so many other of us here in the United States, if you've lost your job, if it's keeping you from a job, if it's the DEI shit that's going on. I mean, so many people have lost their jobs. If you're trans and you had to leave the military, like, there's a whole lot that has to be thought about here. And it does take some time. And I do think that, giving people the time that they need will also help, but giving them a good fresh kick or a push or a helpful loving nudge also does the trick as well. Okay, so your support, your people are there for you in ways, in the practical everyday ways. Okay, and for me, when I see people show up for me like that, it helps me show up for other people. I don't always know how to show up for people. Like if someone loses a loved one, I don't know how to show up for them. Do you bring a casserole? Do you send them groceries? Do you check on them? Do you send them a card? Like there's just like a million and one ways to do that. Okay. So I'm always in the upside down trying to think about who my support is right now. Like if I'm here and I'm having this kind of a problem, like I'm probably also thinking that I don't have any support. So please remind yourself that you have support. You have a supportive beam right there. Okay. So maybe it is that you even have like a little bank account that you've got stashed back that you can take some time off, that you can go talk about the things that are important to you, that you can go protest if that's what you want to do, or you can go join your friends on a vacation to get away from it, or you can just turn the TV off. Okay. But your friends are there to support you in whatever you do. And if you're sitting and thinking about who you are in the world, they're going to give you the time and space to do that. So that's who you need to turn to in these times right now when you get overwhelmed, when you need help. And please, please don't wait too long for help. Don't wait until you're overly hungry. Don't sick. Don't wait until you're scared it's too late. If you're already thinking it's too late, it's too late. So make your move. All right. All right. Last question. What am I growing into? Like through all of this, if you're out there protesting, if you're just trying to figure it out, like what in the hell is going on here in America? Is this the America that I want to be in? Is the patriotism that I want to see? Is this the way I want to see the country run? Or is this who I want to see? Is this who I want to see running the country? Okay. Whatever it is, we're all growing into something different. We're growing into someone different. These times are meant to change us. This next year, we're going to be morphing and growing so much. And I just encourage each and every one of us to, first of all, look to ourselves for that healing, okay? To heal yourself, that's the best thing you can do. So what are we growing into through all this? And I'm just going to take a pause. Hello, welcome back. I hope you had a good trip. All right, so card number 5 and the final card here in my No Kings Tarot card spread. What I'm growing into is the 2 of Cups. And I want to show you this, like, because I struggle with perfectionism in my life in every way. I want to show you that, like, these two are really wrapped up in each other. This is a really great partnership, but not everything is or can be perfect. You can't really control, like if somebody spills their drink on you sometimes, you can't really control if you sidle up to somebody real quickly and oops, some of that splashes out. So that tells me that there's a lot of initiative to, find partnership, find someone who shares the same thoughts, feelings, intuition, everything about what it is that you're standing for and what you're looking into, and I think we do have a problem in getting together, even though we're getting together right now in protest. Like there could still be more hundreds of thousands of us to be doing this. Like there's still so many more of us than them. So I really think right now you're growing into, a connection that fits better with you. Okay. And it's something a little bit more fulfilling. It's a little bit more, like that person is holding their stomach. And I think it's just a little bit, it's a little bit anxiety ridden, right? Like even if you're starting a new love relationship, which I can't help but think about love relationship here, but it could be a love relationship with our country. It could be a love relationship with yourself. This is really ticking me off. Okay. Thanks for my imperfect show. I tell you, I am a disabled person. The last couple of days, I've been barely able to walk just because of the weather and my arthritis. And today I'm really happy and grateful to be able to walk. So, but anyway, back to this 2 of Cups card, what you're growing into. This is not a performative kind of relationship or partnership. Okay. This is not your typical trauma bonding relationship. This is something more deep. This is something more guttural. This is, taking it really to the gut, like really getting deep down and talking about what it is that we want from life, that we want from our home, that we want from our country, that we want for our kids and our family. This kind of, this is an eye to eye, and this is a mutual. Gosh, y'all, if y'all are looking for love out there, somebody's getting ready to find it for real. And I just want to over drinks for sure. It's going to be really magical. But what I'm talking about is what we're growing into as far as the No Kings is concerned. And what we're growing into is being able to talk to each other eye to eye, damn it. Like we have to be able to come into the middle. We have gotten so far apart from one another. We've got to see and we've got to find the ways. And here's the deal. Here's the real deal. The way that we find common ground usually is about something emotional. It's we share something emotional with each other. Like I'm finding in my friend group that we, like that a majority of my friends are struggling with some kind of an addiction. We're also struggling with the fact that we lost a lot of people during COVID, just like you. And we're struggling with the fact that we, became caretakers of family members that were toxic to us or what have you, or that we just don't, I mean, like, we're not all caretakers. I'm not a caretaker. I'm not a caretaker in a medical way. And, even if it was just like, I couldn't take care of my family member. I'm not a medical person like that. And I would feel like I was not doing a very good job. Okay. Um, and the reason why I want to talk about that is, like, we're just all going through some different things, and we have to get to this we have to talk about what we're experiencing together, okay? Like, what it is that we're really mad about. Even if it is like, I'm sick and tired of seeing my neighbor beg for things on Facebook. Like, say it out loud so we can find out what it is about that bothers you. Like, most of the stuff that we're worried about is none of our fucking business. It's not our business. And I'm in the Midwest, and the Midwest is a little bit different than some people. We just want to mind our own business. We don't care what our neighbor is doing. I mean, if they're out having a party, hello, welcome back. Hope you had a good trip. Like, we really try not to worry about what our neighbor is doing unless we think that they're, like, they need our help. And sometimes that it doesn't even happen. Like, it's taken to an extreme. So we really have to find out where, uh, seriously, our deep emotional bonds are. What deeply keeps us independent people here, people who have freedoms. We have our amendments, the freedom of speech, the freedom to bear arms, like all of the freedoms that we have here. Like, we cannot tolerate kings. And if we cannot get together on this, if we cannot share our emotional stuff about this, if we can't share what really pisses us off and what hurts us. Like, look, I lived in a rural area. Like, barely anybody comes out there politically at all. And when they do, they just want money, or, they're trying to throw a party to get money. And a lot of those people in the rural areas don't want to give money to the political parties either. But it's always just like the one political party or the one candidate that thinks about it. And it's not all the candidates. We have to hit all of America. We have to take all of Americans' ideas, and we have to synthesize them again into our big, beautiful melting pot of the United States of America. We do not have to look alike. We do not have to think alike. We don't have to worship alike. We do not have to do any of that stuff alike. What makes us unique is our uniqueness. It is our acceptance. It is our empathy and our compassion. And we have lost that somewhere because other people have told us that you're mad at you and you're mad at you and you're this and you're that when you're not. We've got to just do better, y'all. We have to figure out our common ground here, okay? And we had to learn to let other people in. Like, I found myself unblocking some people that I blocked because I didn't share the same political ideals with them. And I had to take some time off in order to heal myself a little bit, to not be so damn reactive, so I can have a good conversation with people about what's really going on. That is where it's at. If you feel passionate about something, tell somebody about it. And also, don't let people tell you you're too emotional. It's some bullshit. That's some gaslighting. It's not okay. So, and this is like embracing the mess too. Like, it's embracing this mess down here. It's like, okay, I see you come with something messy. I got a little something messy here too. Like, I feel it right down here. This is something deep. We've got to go deep, and we've got to talk about what it is that's bothering us. Even if it just I have this problem with people telling me that I'm ungrateful just because, oh, well, you, like, say for instance, okay, so say for instance, I have a really nice car. Okay, I love my car. It's nice to me, but it's not nice to everybody else. It's not $1 million car. And maybe it is that I have one thing that I hate about my car. And if I continue to complain about that over and over again, people will be like, just be grateful that you have a car. But both things can be the same. All right. So we can't just easily dismiss each other. We really need to find that common ground again. And we really need to find it in a deeper way. It has to be deeper. It can't just be, oh, you're a racist. You're a racist. No, you're a racist. No, he's a racist. No, she's a racist. Oh my gosh, we can't do that. That is some petty school kid bullshit. We are better than that, y'all. We are better than that. So, Embrace the messiness. When we have conversations, they are not confrontations. Just because someone doesn't agree with what you say, sometimes you don't even have to say you don't agree. Sometimes you can just say, we're not going to agree on that, but we can talk it about if you want, or not, whatever it is. But we just have to find the middle ground again, y'all. All this boycotting and da 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 da, like, yeah. I mean, I know that it's working, but it's really not going to. It's not going to do anything for the systems. Like, we can disrupt these systems all they want, but they're here. They're not going anywhere. And if we can't all come together like this, it's pointless. It's pointless. So listen, thank you so much for joining me. Remember, you know, to keep going on. The roads are cracked. There's potholes there. We're not perfect. We're fucking angry about some things, right? We have other people who are angry about things about you that they're telling you about, or that you're afraid that somebody's going to confront you about. And all I have to say is we just have to have these conversations. We just have to be open enough to have these conversations, no matter what is coming out of someone else's mouth. You've heard it before, okay? We all share so many common experiences, all right? So be compassionate, be loving, and be kind to yourself, and it will allow you to be loving and kind to other people, okay? And please, please, please leave room, for your planning, but also know plans can fall to shit. Also know that you can do all the planning, but if is no action behind that planning, somebody else is going to do it. Somebody else is going to do it for you, and it's going to make you mad. Take the time, have your support, have the people there that are going to come and feed you, take care of you, water you, tell you you're pretty, or just say, hey, take all the time that you need to take a rest, to deal with your mental health, to look at things from another perspective. Because if you're not seeing it that the United States of America is trying to be taken over by a king or an oligarchy, and maybe it's time for you to kind of see things from a different perspective. And sometimes the only way that we can see things from a different perspective is to get really fucking uncomfortable and talk to the quote enemy. All right. You got to talk to the people that you're calling your enemy. All right. We've got to do that. We got to find a way to do that without being triggered, without being traumatized. And I'm talking about me, but it's all of us. I promise. Ooh, the King of Cups is just laying out here, and I got the Knight of Cups, so I like the King too. So maybe it is that he is already, matured after having these mature conversations. But the only way that we can get better is together. I know everybody is saying that, but it's true. And with love, with the utmost amount of love. And I know it saying that just sounds so easy, but honestly, there are a lot of people that you don't feel like you can love, and you just have to love someone because they have a heart, because you understand that they've gone through a life and that their life has been filled with good and bad, just like yours. None more good or more bad than yours. Okay. We just got to get together, y'all. I love the United States of America. This is the place of my birth. But I also love equality. I love equity. I love justice. I love my freedom. I love my safety and security. And a lot of that is at stake. I love my health, even though it's not always the greatest. I like to be able to live and do the things that I want to do without anyone telling me that I can't do that in my own home. And it's just a shame that we feel like we're going down that road, but together we can go down the road and change this and make it something different. And I just ask you to really, really, really think outside of the box. Think outside of the box as to what we want our quote government to look like from here on out, and then work to make that happen. Like, if you have a friend in your friend group who can speak, who understands the ways of people, who you think is kind and compassionate, ask them to start something, like partner with them. Like, hey, teach me to be like you. I want to be like you. Because I can't always be that compassionate. It's very difficult when someone's in your face and yelling and screaming and cussing and telling you you're wrong. But you just got to do better. I'm being told to wear your gray man suit. Uh, so that's the end of the tarot card reading for me. I have a tendency to blab, and now I'm going to look through. Um, Now I'm going to look through the chat screen here. I didn't bring my keyboard or anything to talk with you all. What are you doing? Okay, reading. Blessings. Hey, you guys. Love your Buddha. Thank you. Political art historian here. Theater funded at the Wazoo. It's all horribly rotten by the little airport. Yeah. Our little airport is going to become bigger. It's going to become a bigger regional airport. But, you know, I think sometimes Taylor Swift runs through here. I mean, there are some prominent people that run through here, and I can feel it. Ooh, there's my cardinal for the day. Hello. I'm being told to wear your man suit. Yeah. And, you know, the comments from other people about being old, starting with Gen X and going up to boomers. Do I agree with everything that the boomers agree with? Hell no. The boomers are my parents. Unfortunately, my personal parents are dead. But those are our parents. And it's very difficult to have a conversation with our parents who maybe really not doing well health wise, maybe, you know, already kind of, you know, like, I don't know, but if you have any suggestions to people on how to talk to, um, hello, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed your trip. Um, we got to be nicer to boomers. That's really tough to say because boomers are the spanking an ass bunch of humans I've ever met, except for their parents. We have to leave space for the boomers to have had, you know, a very violent upbringing themselves. They've seen race riots and wars and all sorts of things. I mean, we just have to make some space for every single buddy to have their own, you know, emotions, their own thoughts about these things, including the boomers. We got to stop calling people old and telling them to die. I see people online telling people, go away, boomer, just go on and get in your box. And I mean, you know, but they've seen a lot of shit and they've already been down this road. I know they like to over explain things and that they think that they know what's right, but I have had extensive experience talking um, to people who are 70 plus. And if you're honest with them and you speak with your heart to them and you tell them your experience, like just tell them your experience, they listen. And they might come back and say something a little harsh, but you just got to keep telling them your experience. But they're not the root of the problem, but right now they feel like they can't say shit. And, you know, like none of us like to be corrected, and the boomers are even worse about that. Like, they probably just got jack slapped every time that they got corrected. And it's just not okay. Because that's what they did to us sometimes. Like sometimes we just get slapped across the face for saying something that you know didn't really warrant that. So we just got to be nicer to everybody, you all. Like this is and we've got to, as a matter of fact, we should be fighting for our boomers because hey, if the boomers don't want to be in a care space, if they don't want to be in a nursing home, if they don't want to be in a rehab place, and we don't want them to go there because we know what happens there. We know the care, and most of them suck. We know that, you know, it's just not the best place to end up, which is unfortunate. What the hell do you think is going to happen to us, Gen X? It's not just the boomers, you know? And if we keep talking about the millennials and everybody by these, like, it's just stupid. It's just dumb that we do that. We shouldn't sort out everybody. Like, these young people are also going to be wiping my ass and taking care of me. And I really want to take care of them right now. I really want them to have the healthcare. I want them to have the education. I want them to have the freedom. I want them to be who they are so they're happy. If they choose work, if they choose the caretaking work to take care of me, I could only be just so blessed. I'm going to draw one more card and shut up about this. I'm pretty passionate, but really we all just got to talk and love one another. We really, 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 really do. You got to look past all that hate that's being hurled at us, and we have to figure out where the heart is, where the love is, where the hurt is. Like, yeah, I see that hurt. I feel that hurt. I'm here with you. Yeah, I understand. I get it. You know, like you're not going to understand everybody even, but all right. The devil is in the details, my friends. The devil is in the details. So the devil is, you know, for me, the devil is an addiction. The devil is, you know, temptation. It's something supposedly that you can't walk away from. And I think a lot of us are feeling that right now. Like a lot of us are like trying to check out when we should be checking in. Like right now, we should be really trying to acclimate ourselves to what's going on right here, right now, in this moment, in our lives at this time, and be head on a swivel. If you're a historian, paying attention to the news, because that's where this thing is coming in, right? The devil is in the details. Fact check, fact check, fact check. I mean, I don't know if there's even any point to fact check here, but just know that with all the good that you're going to do, somebody is going to be there to oppose you, okay? And the best thing we can do with this damn devil is just to look it down, okay? We have to face it. We can't just we can't just let it take control of us, okay? We have to face it. We had to face it, the devil, whatever that is, that thing that we don't want to talk about. All of those things, the sex, the politics, all of that stuff that we've been taught not to talk about. This is why we're in this place now. And yes, there's a time and place for everything, all right? But right now, when there's a military parade that are millions of dollars, they're unhoused people and people without cancer treatment because of money, without whatever treatment, there are babies starving, dying. Like, really? Really? A military parade? Like, let's get it together, America. Let's get it together. I haven't been watching the news as of late, but of course, I'm very upset to know about the killings of I believe it was a senator and her husband up in Minnesota. Um, this violence has got to end, and we have to just deal with this, right? This devil is on our shoulder. Like, this devil for me is just like something that's been sitting there, and it's a thing that I know that's preventing me from having my most impact on my community and in my world. That devil is sitting there. That addiction is sitting there. That addiction to being anxious, that addiction to chaos, that addiction to not acting but bitching, like that addiction to food, that addiction to alcohol, that addiction to drugs, addiction to love, sex, like all of those addictions, that the addictions that we take to try to take ourselves away from what's really happening. We've got to fight these things now. This is the time to fight it. This is the time to heal it. We cannot let this damn devil win. We can't let the devil win. The devil does not win. No kings, no devils. I think that's where I'm going to end it. No kings, no devils. Please take care of yourselves. Please take care of one another. And please, please, please approach every situation with love and kindness and compassion. Thank you so much for being here with the Jennifer Rose TED Talk and the tarot card reading. But listen, do not let that damn devil get you. And I'm not talking about, I am talking about spiritually, but I'm just saying, don't let that devil get you. Don't let that addiction get you. Don't let that anxiety that won't go away get you. You can turn that away. And from this, you know that you've got the support. You've got everything that you need at your, and it's time. Like, it's time. The Chariot says it's time. It's time for you to do it. You've planned it. You've thought about it. You know what to do. You've talked about it. People have told you what to do. And now it's your time to act. It's our time to act. Woohoo. I love action. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. Mel and I will be back tomorrow, Sunday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, where we will talk about the astrology for next week, and we will draw a 2-card tarot card reading live. That's astro-led, and we'll give you a kind of idea about some energy probably going in and going out next week. Mel and I go live on Thursdays for some free yes/no tarot card readings as well, and you'll want to hit that notification bell if you don't already subscribe to our channel, so you'll know when we do release. And I just want to remind you, I'm going to lay a card, but I'm not going to read it. But this is my favorite, and I think this was my second tarot card deck. But this tarot card deck is by a person named Patrick Valenza, and it is this is the perfect one to end on. And this is the Deviant Moon tarot deck. And what's special about me is I can always see both sides, and I always know where the middle is. I can tell you how to mediate to get to that middle. And it is like the black and white sides. It's not a literal human skin, but sometimes, right? Um, it's not always black and white. There's somewhere in between. And this card is about indecision. So, you know, there's the truth, and then there's the lie, and then what is it? There's your side, their side, and then the truth, is in the middle of that, okay? So, I really do feel like this is kind of where America is at right now. So I think that's a great way to end. But check out these cards: Deviant Moon Tarot, Patrick Valenza. I'll talk again. Ooh, and look at that little. I don't know if you can see that face down there of the moon, but I mean, yeah, yeah. Things are really emotional. Things are very pumped up. The swords are about intellect, though. We're trying to cut each other's heads off and say, I'm right. No, you're right. No, I'm right. No, you're right. Oh, well, since you don't see my way, I just want to chop your head off. And since you don't see my way, I want to chop your head off. And when we do that, we're not listening. We stop listening. So listen. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so and check us out on a later broadcast. No kings in America, motherfuckers. No kings in America.